Okay, so we'll start with the bag. I did get I like bags. So does Phil Vecchione over at Misdirected Mark and Encoded Designs. I happened to spot this one online at Amazon. It's canvas and it's pretty decent size. Leather straps. It's kind of does have the kind of bicycle, I guess, I don't know what it's called. It's not a messenger bag necessarily. I don't know what you would classify this as, but I liked it because I'll be able to store the books in. The spines going across the top. It has a little compartment that's a little padded for putting a iPad or laptop into, and then this open, really sturdy canvas. I mean, this thing cost me like 39 bucks. It's got some pockets on the side. On the other side here, there's a pocket on the back that goes all the way the length. And you can actually zip the top. As you can see, there's a zipper here. So you can actually zip the top. So it's not just a cover over bag. You can zip the top to keep it from water getting in there. I mean, I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it's certainly helpful. It's got some pockets on the inside. Liner too, so that you can close it, and then it's got this cool strap. It's probably going to weigh 40 pounds by the time I'm done with it. So then going over here, I've got the 3-ring binder, 1/2 inch, nothing too obnoxious. You can put stuff in here. That's what I'm going to run them through the first installation, which is a 2 to 3 hour level 1 adventure. Helps solidify some of the foundation of Tomb of Annihilation. I won't go into other major details about that in case somebody wants to run it. And then you go back, and I have... So the nice thing about the 3-ring binder is if I wanted to, if I found some of the monsters online and I wanted to print them, sometimes going through the monster manual and having the monster manual open is kind of a pain in the ass. So if I needed to, I could just print a copy of the monster and 3-hole punch it and just place it in here, and when I need it, I can just grab it and pull it out and then use that as a sheet, right? That way I don't have to go paging back and forth between the back and front of the book. Chultan Death Curse Revised is an alternative rule to the Chultan Death Curse. They start out in Chult, which is in the Forgotten Realms in the jungle, and there's a death curse. So some of the rules of how it progresses in the adventure are a little bit updated in here. Kind of if you're open to it. Then I have, of course, the Player's Handbook 5e, DMG, obviously the Adventure I cannot forget, and then of course the Monster Manual. Well, ideally what I'd like to do is keep the Monster Manual at home and then print off the monsters I need, put them in the 3-ring binder, and then when I need them, just pull them out as sheets of paper instead of having this big huge tome lugging around. Some accessories. I bought this online. It cost me maybe, I think, less than $5. Kind of just this schwanky fall leather. I don't even think it's real leather. It's more leather than anything, but it's kind of neat. You can wrap your writing utensils up in there. I've got some wet erase markers, some mechanical pencils, an eraser, pen, mechanical pencil. This mechanical pencil is like, kind of must weigh 4 ounces or something. It's pretty heavy. So I can roll that up and wrap this around it and kind of take it and tote it. So that's pretty cool. Then I've got these. I've got the Tomb of Annihilation dice tin. Right. It's a pretty decent size. It looks a little smaller probably in the video. It came with crappy looking green plastic dice. But I decided to go online and buy these bad boys. These are metal dice. Here. I mean, it's no... You drop these on a wooden table, they're going to create some nicks and dents. So I decided to splurge on some metal dice, put some Game Hole D6ers in there, Game Hole cons. So I took those and swapped them out. They're pretty neat. So that's that. I got that as a gift actually from Mr. Hammer. And then I got this. This is the Tomb of Annihilation dice bag. Got this at Gary Con. They were giving them out with purchases of Keep on the Borderlands revised. And so then I've got some dice in there. Because, you know, one set of dice, not going to cut the mustard. So I got that. The whole theme. This I bought. This is the map set that is done in vinyl. This is for the Tomb of Annihilation. The map, I think the overall hex map for Chult, which is more of a hex crawl, I think the map vinyl side is probably smaller than the one that comes in the adventure, but it's not going to tear. The guys can flip it around and do anything they want with it. They probably even write on it. It's not that big a deal. So went an extra mile. You don't need that, of course, but also has the player handouts in it, the map handouts. Gaming and BS coasters. Probably bring some of those over for the boys. Need some sticky notes for passing notes, marking pages and books. Highlighters. You know, pencil, lead. Also have my iPad, so I'll probably bust out tabletop audio. I should get a speaker because speakers on an iPad aren't that great, but I'm hoping in a small room they'll be just fine. Plug for tabletop audio. It's got free audio. You go onto the website. It actually has a sound kind of board layout. So if you see, I wonder if I can just pull it up here quick. I think I might have it up on the browser. Oops. Okay. It. Yeah. So here's the website. So if you go up to the sound pad is a new feature, and I go to the dungeon. So this is loading all the sounds. This is a pretty cool website. So you see all these sounds, and you can play them in loop, and you can play them at the same time. So you might want some low wind. Whoops. And some footsteps. Making footsteps. You might not be able to hear. I can hear it a little bit. Water. So turn up the volume up and down on each individual sound. And the green little squirrely things after that right there. These are for looping. So then maybe you want to open. Notice the door open doesn't have a loop. You can choose it, but obviously why would you want the door loop? So it's pretty cool, and then you can just stop. Stop the water. That's pretty cool. So I'll probably be pumping that while I'm playing. This is just a stand I got on. It's pretty cool. Kind of flips out and folds out. So you can put the iPad right on top of it in different positions, and it folds up. Cool. And then I bought a dice tray, 11.5 inches. It's pretty big. I was hoping to keep it behind the screen, but I may put it in front and just chuck dice into it. With the metal dice, it's a pretty big must. I don't want to ding somebody's table, and it will, and they will. So this way I can just go and not lose my dice and just chuck them across. I think they're kind of handy. I've just not gotten into die towers or trays, but my home group with Doc and the guys, a few have them and they look handy, so I thought I'd pick one up. Probably would have gotten a smaller one had I thought about it, but nonetheless. DM screens, I went overboard at the Tomb of Annihilation one. That'll outline some of the details I need out of there. The D&D 5e DMG Revisited, and then I got the original 5e D&D DMG. This one's got some fluffy stuff in there like naming generators and other things. Probably won't use this much. This one has some of the more gritty stuff that I could use, but I'll bring them along just in case. And then lastly, I have this lectern. I can't remember, the stand is what it's called. So I undo the Velcro right here, and then these pieces come apart, and you put them together, and it stands on your desk about 2.5 feet high. So it kind of stands up like this, and I can put my stuff on it. And they're really sturdy. I've used them at conventions. They were built for computer tech folks, so when they want to go to a coffee shop and use it. Oops. Triggered Alexa. So you could put your PC on it and work out of a coffee shop as a standing desk. So this one's a little wider than the normal standard ones that they have. I think I got like this. I'll probably take that with so that I can stand when I game master. So I think that's about it for all the gear, and then I'll bring some brats and some drink and beverage over, and that we're playing starting at 10 o'clock Central Time, and then run until probably 8 this evening. We'll see how it goes. All right, that's it. Oh, I got to stop by a place to buy probably a pad of paper, just so I can write notes down, keep track of stuff, and then also probably some cardstock so I can get some table tents. I don't happen to have those. I got some 3x5 cards, but I'd rather get big table stock or cardstock stuff so they can fold them up, put their character names on there. Even for a home group starting out, it's good so we can start kind of talking to each other and referring to each other by character name versus, hey Jeff, what does your guy do? Also helps me remember their characters' names as things progress. But yeah, I think other than that, I'm going to get some 3x5 cards that I have in a holder so I don't forget that. And then I can write those and put those across the top of the DM screen for initiative. I can roll down their passive perception, their armor class, keep track of things that way. So it'll be super cool that way. This is probably the most organized game that I have put together as far as like everything that I want and need. But it's been a while since I've run a face-to-face game to this extent. So, all right, hope you enjoyed everything. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later.